Hi, this is Rajkumar Pal. In today's video, I'm going to discuss about the imposter syndrome. While we working from the home or we building something digitally, or whether we are building a side hustle from apart from our regular job. So most of the time, it is common to experience the imposter syndrome. But let me give you the 10 points where we can prove ourselves and we can know understand why we are qualified, what we are doing and what we are capable to, and without being feeling of the imposter syndrome, we should take in account of the following points so that we can never feel like imposter syndrome. And it is a natural to feel whether we are starting up with our new endeavor or we building out of the scratch. So the first thing here is the 10 points where we can eliminate the imposter syndrome. As a working from home, or you are working remotely, and if you are a freelancer and you're doing the work for your client, so review the job description, highlight the skills and experience what we have in order to give the client the result at the first place, and how you process them. Second thing, reflect on your accomplishment instead of being criticism to self, and feeling of lack and the feeling of incapability. This is not going to serve or help us anymore, because and discussing and describing the specific achievements what we have achieved throughout our experience in our niche or in our domain, then that's going to create the confidence in us, and they demonstrate our abilities at the same time. So this can be the leading point to avoid the imposter syndrome. And acknowledging our learning curve, because though we are good at what we are doing in our regular job, in our corporate job, or whatever the field we are doing job in, but when it's come to client work, or when it's come to doing digitally, or the doing having the business online in field of entrepreneurship, or the one person info business, then focusing on a strength is the key point, because sometimes we lost with the feeling of imposter syndrome. So what is the strength, what unique skills and perspective do we have to bring on this table, or what is the value we are going to provide with our skill sets? That is the important thing to know. And seek the feedback from the others. Once we started working from our out of our learned skill or the hands-on experience on our skill, then asking for the feedback from the our customer, or feedback from the peer members is the crucial point to gain some clarity, gain some confidence, and gain some capability. And celebrating our wins, because at the initial stage we are not looking, or if we are not observing any kind of tangible result, even though we are working hard in order to make things happen. And so celebrating wins, even if we have performed the one skill set with a particular situation or the circumstances or the problem, then we should, instead of criticizing or self sabotaging ourselves with obviously I not doing, I not did good thing, I should have to do a little bit intense, little bit of less, or little bit of more. All these things of the questions build it up in our mind is not going to make sense at that point. So instead of reliving or the reliving on our own questionnaires to which is given to us during our work, instead of we have to accept, we have to acknowledge that this is the thing that I have did perfectly, or did at least version 1 is good than version none. And embrace the challenge, view challenge as an opportunity for growth and development. So in initial stage, when we launching or when we're doing something very first time, and none of the person from our entire family has done before, so basically we feel the lack or the underconfidence, and we are not sure enough to go through. So we have to embrace challenge, and whatever the challenge is coming through in between the path, we should take accountability for that. We should take a responsibility of that, and how we can term that challenges in terms of growth. And we should cultivate our growth mindset instead of lack mindset, or the lack of the need to fix or the change, like that. The next thing is that in order to remove embarrass, don't compare yourself to the other. Focus on our own journey and process, because when it's come to do or starting from the scratch, it is obvious that what we are seeing, or from the influencer, or what we are trying to be, or what we're trying to become. So we are following those kind of successful people, or the who are the achievers on those field, on those domain. And so it is by default our human nature is that we are going to follow what they are recommending, what they are suggesting, what they are doing. But sometimes it is up to us how much burden, or how much the ideology we are resonating with, because everything we cannot resonate what where they are recommending, what they are suggesting, though, because what they have been gone through or went through, and they did the benchmark, and they grinded all these things, and they come up on the one stage. And if we are starting from this scratch, and if we are comparing ourselves with the other people with over the next step, then we are not going to move. And the inertia of our comfortness, or inertia, the resistance to change, and inertia of our old self is going to holding us back to the level where we cannot imagine from ourselves. So instead of too much relying on the influencers guideline, or the influencers lifestyle, we should take in account of our set of uh, own set of own set of skill sets, and own set of process and journey, because it is the process, it is not a destination, it's a journey. We can move one by one step at a time, no matter how much we work. And if we try to do all these things together, and we will, instead of getting ahead, we are drowning in the one step back again, and we will still be going to be stagnant at the same time. Then actually practice the self-compassion. Whenever the imposter syndrome is crippling in our mind, be kind to ourselves and acknowledge our efforts. Because sometimes what happens is that we are we are stretching so much ourselves in the realm of hard work, in the realm of ideology and philosophies, because there is no doubt hard work has a no option. Uh, but going ruthlessly and pushing hard ourselves, and crossing the our own boundary or commitment to that, sometimes it is lead us to burnout. And so we should take care of this thing before diving diving totally into the unknown. So this is the 10 points where, by addressing, by acknowledging and taking in account, we should overcome the challenge of imposter syndrome. And I will give you in the list. That is, first thing is review our description, what is our KRA, and what is our skill sets and knowledge, and what is the hands-on experience on that domain, and reflecting on our accomplishment and achievement, what we have did till so far in this field, focusing on our strength, and seeking the feedback from the others or from the client, and celebrating our small wins, marking and measuring our small wins, embracing the challenge, and then don't do not comparing ourselves with the next step of other highly influenced people, practicing the self compassion, and believing ourselves and our ability and capability. Because sometimes what happens is that, despite of all this, the knowledge, the skill sets and resources, and still we are not making it up what at the level of what we desire to be, or accomplishment. So the basic or the core thing is that we are not believing in ourselves, because there is a our critical mind, or the critical fit is always going to judge us on a very or every step of the way, and it is going giving you a genuine and tricky reason and evidence that you are not enough to go through this new endeavor. So we should be aware of our own belief, and to own to cultivate to belief, we should going through the personal development, the way to challenge our belief, and the we have to argue the those belief in order to move forward.